What is up, you guys? It's the Fallout What If here, and today I gotta be doing a what if that you guys already destroyed the freaking like button. So here's the thing. Now, you did this, and you did a pretty good job on it. I have to admit, I am proud of you, little ones. But here's the thing. Since this is still this is going to be a fans what if you guys hit at least 150 likes, then hey, you'll get a part 3. And let's see. Pretty much, yeah, you'll get a part 3 soon. Probably if you guys can do it in the next 24 hours at least, then hey, you'll get a part 3, like I said. So yeah, it's not like I'm going to do like goals for everything. It's not always going to be like that. But sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. I'm just playing around with it for a while. And let's now begin the freaking story. Now, let's see. Let's say Deku is 13. 2 years have passed ever since the whole freaking Nezu, talking to Deku and all that stuff. And how do I say it? Let's see. Yeah, he meets female Todoroki. Well, he meets Todoroki, and she is kind of a big fan of his. She already met him during the schools that they taught him in. And since Todoroki and Momo were in that place, basically, yeah, they hit it off pretty well. And the only reason why is that because, how would I say this? Oh, yes. Endeavor kind of gotten beat up and all that stuff. Not like to a certain extent. But she's heard that freaking, the new kid, or Guts, as we all call him now. Guts has actually almost destroyed freaking Endeavor himself. And Todoroki was a bit, how would I say it, peckish. Trying to see what, Deku or Guts has been doing. And why did he do that? He explains why he, attacked freaking, freaking Endeavor, or why Endeavor was hurt. And he says he's sorry, but Todoroki says, no. You have nothing to be sorry about. He should be ashamed of himself. Yeah, if the next time he does that again, don't worry, you have my full support. And yeah, pretty much Deku also talks to her for a while. And he also talks to her about, how do I say it, how much she should lighten up a bit about this whole Endeavor situation, because he knows that he doesn't have a family. He knows that he doesn't know who his family is. So he's trying to tell freaking Todoroki that the whole time she should just understand that she should be lucky that she has somebody in the very end. She should be lucky that basically she can at least be known as somebody for having a father, because he doesn't have a family. Not anymore. But it took a while before these two just warmed up to each other, because, yeah, let's face it, freaking Deku still didn't have that great life that, most kids had. So Deku's going to start off at square one. Now, Todoroki is being much more friendly. Much more friendlier than she was back then. And freaking Deku is regaining his humanity. Here's the thing. Midnight is always there teaching Deku about how to talk to girls and what to do with girls from time to time. But she finds out Deku is a pro at it. Yeah, pretty much there's nothing, there's a lot more to teach him, but it's like, every day he'll get a B+. So, guess what? She's, pretty much teaching him the value of life, the value of love. Freaking, how do I say it? President Mike teaches him about music. And Deku is sometimes it's a soft, soothing music. But when he gets a bit more anxious, he listens to, pretty much, let's say some rock, Disturbed. If you guys know what that band is called. Let's see, other ones, just different rock bands and different he listens to a lot of different kinds of music, so he knows, he's pretty knowledgeable about that. Aizawa teaches him how to be, much more approachable and how to be humble, since every time you see freaking Aizawa, he's much more humble with people. And let's see. Let's see. Oh, yes. All Might teaches him the values of being a true hero. How to not hurt others, and understanding sometimes things have to happen, but they should not they shouldn't happen unless it's the only option left. So Deku isn't going to be a full-on killer, because if he loses his mind again, he might actually hurt the people he cares about. We don't know just yet. So Deku spends some of his years, well, at least because since he's going to be 13, and the anime starts in that time, basically Deku is just doing his, like, he's helping out sometimes heroes, like sensing people and tracking. Also, he helps people get out of the rubble and stuff, so he's not known truly as, like, a great hero, but people know that he's done at least a little bit, and he knows what he's talking about then. So, 2 years has passed already, like we said. Now we get to the point of the freaking anime when it starts. And yes, Deku will have One for All. Why? Well, because Deku, how do I say it? Deku truly doesn't have a quirk, as far as I remember, because he's much more of a hunter. But, how do I say it? You guys wanted armor, and I think I know how to infuse One for All with the armor technique that I'm going to give Deku. So, Deku spends most of his time training, and he's already perfected a lot of freaking One for All. He's already mastered, what, 40% of it? And all he's just doing is just like raising the bar every freaking month until he gets up to 100%. And even that doesn't feel like it's his limit. It feels like he can break it even more, shattering the possibility and the realms of strength, shattering the whole entire universe. So, sheesh. Oh, sheesh. Now, I forgot what I was going to say, but, oh, yes. So, Deku is going to shatter his limits, but right now, we're going to the whole freaking, the UA freaking entrance exam. And now we get to the fact that freaking Deku is already built. And he looks like an adult now. He's much more taller than he previously was when he was, 11? Even after that, One for All gave him, like, a boost into his height and all that stuff. It's even weird for some of the people, and even weird for All Might, because it's like he can almost look at a 13-year-old boy right into eye level, so it's kind of weird for him. But anyway, so Deku is now sitting down, and everybody sees him, and they're all like scared. But female Todoroki is pretty much okay with him being right there, and he's regained a lot of his humanity, but not yet still. So let's see. President Mike talks to the students and all that stuff. Pretty much Ida tells them, like, they're not supposed to do this, you know, freaking how do I say this? They forgot about the whole freaking zero-pointer situation. What kind of school are we supposed to go to if the heroes won't do their jobs? This is when freaking, you know, what's his face? President Mike did all talk to everybody. Or no, this is when President Mike explains everything. And now we begin to the freaking the UA, you know, the zero-pointer and the whole freaking robots attack. Now, Deku has somewhat of not a quirk, but he somewhat advanced his hair. What do I mean by that? Well, basically, Deku has he somehow spliced his DNA into making it what it is today. What do I mean by that? Deku basically upgraded his body by somewhat changing the way it is. So, here's the thing. He somewhat kept eating the boar, and sometimes it had the hair. Sometimes when his hair fell, it somewhat became much more sharper, like the boar's or like the animal hair that he used to make swords. So after he got One for All, he accidentally plucked his hair because he was scratching, and then a sword came out of his out of it. So Deku now has sword hair. So he grabs just 2 strands and automatically has 2 blades that he's using running around, and basically not 2 blades. He's using 1 blade right now because 2 blades because 2 blades itself because of the whole freaking situation thing with freaking Deku and his arms. Since one of his arms is mechanical or is a prosthetic one, he's using it to start swinging. And all the people are like basically scared because Deku is somewhat looking like a beast, just destroying everything. Because here's the thing, All Might told him about humans, never to kill them unless it's the last thing to do. But with Deku's case, these aren't these aren't humans. They're robots, so he's going all out on them, slashing them, cutting them up. A lot of the robots are now looking at Deku and just trying to attack him, but Deku just getting hit a couple of times, slashing through everything, and I do mean everything. He's cutting a bit of the building, he's cutting up a telephone pole. There's no end to this guy's rampage until he meets freaking Uraraka and sees the whole freaking zero-pointer. Now, he gets very excited, running up onto the freaking zero-pointer and just slashing all of his freaking robotic parts, slashing the freaking tires, and then stabbing him while climbing up, doing, pretty much climbing up. And then after that, Deku automatically just cut open the freaking head and just kept cutting and cutting and cutting, automatically just pushing him down on the ground as much as he can. So after that, he just kept cutting the freaking tires, and then the freaking robot fell down, or backwards. Deku's the winner, did a lot of hero points, and let's say he gets about 400. Now, he's just already done, and Deku just jumps off of him, landing near Uraraka, breaking the freaking rubble off of her, and after that picking her up, running as fast as he can to the freaking, what's her name? Recovery girl, and yeah. So, Deku is going to now attack freaking, no. The whole thing with, Deku getting, Deku's already accepted. Let's see, 2 weeks have passed. And Todoroki and him got on their first date. What? He's got on their first date already? How dare he? So, basically, freaking Endeavor said, there's no way I'm going to let my daughter date that fiend. And not only that, this guy is pretty much a no-good, punk. And basically, how Todoroki is, never listening to Endeavor. So she and Deku went on a date. Now, Deku is pretty much having a good time. And since Todoroki took one of his freaking Endeavor's credit cards, Deku almost ate, probably 50 pounds worth of food. Because knowing him, he hasn't eaten every day. So the fact that he's always saving up food to make sure that he doesn't, that way nobody can take it, pretty much that's his thing. Now, let's see. Oh, yes. Pretty much Deku automatically, automatically. No, he went to school. He's going to school now. And basically, never actually talked to him. So pretty much nothing happened, but he just says you were right for what you've done, and not only that, you were a fiend, but you still did the job, and we as heroes can't be mad about that, because you were trying to do something successful, and telling Bakugo to freaking put down his legs, or to move his feet, because of the whole freaking situation that our predecessors or our ancestors or something like that has used these freaking things, and basically all that has happened. Now, the whole freaking situation where Deku automatically goes around and he just sees freaking Bakugo trying to trip him, but Deku just, Deku just jumped over it, just did like a little bunny hop, but it was a little more, it was a freaking, how would I say this? It was much more bigger than it was. So basically, he did a bunny hop, jumping over him, and a couple of other students, and then automatically just landing on the back. But here's the thing. Deku sometimes can have his body become two ways. Muscular and, hold on, there's like normal. So basically Deku can store up the muscles. After that, muscular, and after that, beast mode. Which Deku is most of the time in his normal form, because he does not want everybody to like, he doesn't want to become much more menacing, because he always hides his true form, his true nature, or at least the nature he became. So everybody thinks that, oh, this kid is just he's just a normal student. He's still tall. He's still as tall as freaking he's taller than freaking Bakugo and taller than Ida, but he is what's called, once he becomes his muscular form, he becomes as tall as All Might. And if he comes beast mode, jeez, he's going to look like the freaking Nomu. So, let's begin. Now, here's what's going to happen. The whole freaking quirk apprehension test, basically Deku has shot it with 100% one for all, because yeah, he is pretty much OP in his own right. So, pretty much a lot of things he's done, pretty much, let's say, 1,000 feet, and then, you know, the running thing he got first. Pretty much he was okay with everything besides the whole freaking ball throw, since Uraraka did that, and the side-to-side jumps. Deku got second place due to the fact that he's used to doing, going side-to-side. So, yeah. Now, here's the thing. Deku automatically uses, what's it called? I forgot what the thing was called now. Give me a second here. Oh, yes. Heroes versus Villains exam. Bakugo and Ida versus Deku and Ochako. Oh, boy. Now, here's the thing. Deku automatically just looks at Uraraka and says, "Do you want to get on my back, or do you want me to carry you?" And she says, "Wait, what?" And Deku says, "Do you want to go on my back, or do you want me to carry you?" And she's like, why? Why do you want to do that? And Deku's like, "So we can get there faster." And this is when he just picks her up. And give me a second here. Now, so what happens is this. He's going to wear this, and he's going to have a sword. So, basically, he's running up to them, and basically destroying a lot of things. Now, the whole thing happens. Basically, Bakugo was about to explode him, but the fact of the matter is, he was like, "Wait, what? Hold on here. He just passed me." And now he's trying to catch up to him, but knowing how freaking Deku works, he knows that he doesn't have to hurt him, because there's no reason to. He truly carries no malice within him. It's like, it's creepy that he doesn't have anything. It's like having a dead corpse just doing something. It's like, just weird for him. But what we do know is the fact that freaking Deku just runs and kicks the door open, knowing where the freaking bomb was at. And basically, after Ida was about to attack him, Deku just kicked him and basically almost hit the wall, broke the wall, and after that happened. Now Deku puts her down and starts to freaking walk up, and this is when freaking Bakugo just comes in and starts exploding everything. Now Deku here knows that he's exploding it, and basically Deku is defending himself, basically stabbing the sword down to the ground, and also having Ochako right in front of him, or right behind him, or he's making sure that Ochako doesn't get burned to death by a freaking explosion. And yeah, pretty much that's happening. While that's happening, actually, Deku just notices that freaking Bakugo keeps doing it and doing it and doing it. So, he's walking right next to the room, and his armor is breaking. Why? Well, because it's not the armor he needs. This armor is just basically cheap stuff. It's not made by two certain smart people who always design stuff like this. You guys probably know who I'm also gonna have him bang. But anyway, so Deku automatically uses one for all and does a kicks in the freaking air, While that's happening, an airwave is blocking the view, or not the view, is blocking the freaking explosions from hitting him. After that, he's starting to run and automatically just kicks him. Now, Bakugo is mad at that, and he uses his like explosions in his gauntlets to attack him. This is when Deku just punches through in the freaking air, causing a freaking tornado of everything. And after that, he just touches the bomb, and Bakugo can't do a thing. He's mad, but he knows he can't do anything because after that, but Deku just said, "Alright, we won. Let's go with Chaco." And she's like, "Oh, okay, so pretty much, yeah." Now, Deku automatically just, wins. And now, give me a second here. Alright. Okay, so, what happens is this. Deku is going to be wearing this in the USJ attack. And he does. But, here's the thing. He brought and made his own sword by all the parts of his hair which had to grow back with him using full Kali at 100%. Now, all the hair combined into this one piece of metal, and Deku had to make some metal to, hold the freaking sword. And this is like the finishing project. Now, I don't remember what I think the blade that you guys are talking about was from, but I'm just going to say this. Deku is going to be using this, and let's see. Oh, yes. Pretty much now what's going to happen is Deku wearing Deku in the bus, them trying to tell him what is his quirk. Now, Deku says his quirk revolves around just super strength and sword making. And basically, Todoroki knows that he's probably lying because he knows how Deku works. He knows how he lies. He knows when he's telling the truth. She knows. Now, what does happen is this. Deku and the others get off the bus, and then freaking Deku and the others get teleported. Why? Well, because the villains came, and then after that, all this stuff happened. Now, what happens is this. The freaking Deku gets dropped into the water, and a bunch of fishmen are looking at him. And they're like, "Alright, easy prey, boys." And pretty much they try to attack him, but Deku, with the swing of his blade, starts chopping off some of the people's heads. Why? Well, Mineta was there. Let's say that Mineta was there, and he had to make sure, pretty much he had to make sure that nobody else saw Mineta. And if you guys are wondering what happened inside the freaking, the quirk apprehension test, basically, Deku just grabbed Mineta by the head and fling him to the other side of the freaking, wall where the trash can was at. He made a goal, and that's it. So, Deku just goes up and just throws him up in the freaking air. Froppy catches him. Now, Deku has to just fight off the rest of the people. It's hard at first, but with Deku's freaking prosthetic arm, he can shoot a crossbow at somebody in the head. Him doing this, and basically all of them kind of scared because this guy just killed. Not only that, the guy just killed without remorse. He's just basically looking at them with a death glare, and that's when the others try to attack him, but Deku is just swinging at the heads, chopping up, slicing, destroying every single thing. Now, here's the thing that's going to happen. Deku climbs up the wall, and all they see is a pool of blood. And Deku just emerging from the water. And this is when, Froppy gets kind of scared, but Deku is walking towards her. The fact that she's kind of scared and all that stuff, she closes her eyes, but all she feels is a pat on her head. And Deku just says, "Don't worry, Froppy. You're one of us, or you're a friend. I won't do that to you." And Deku just walks off, and she thinks that, oh yeah, he's so cool. And Mineta's like, "Well, I can't complain. He just saved my life, so yeah." Pretty much Deku just jumps up and now gets out of the water, or no, he jumps all the way to the land. And basically this is when freaking Aizawa gets attacked and all that stuff. and he runs at Shigaraki, trying to punch him. Yeah, he runs to Deku runs to Shigaraki, trying to punch him. This is when the Nomu takes in, but this time he gets a little more damaged due to the fact that Deku is using 50%. Now, Deku also knows that he's basically unarmed, but he's a very strong foe. Why? Well, because Deku is strong. He's like as strong as All Might, 50%. So going 100% means that, or going 50% means that this guy is stronger than All Might, which they would probably use to kill All Might with, since he has overwhelming strength. Now, he just thinks of it on his head, grabs a couple of knives, and throws it in the freaking Nomu's eyes. After that, Deku just swings his sword, cuts him in half, and basically he thinks it's all over. Him walking to the freaking, him walking to Shigaraki, and Deku just says, "Alright, why are you all here?" And this is when Shigaraki says, "Oh, for no reason, other than just to kill All Might." And Deku says, "I'm not going to let you do that, you know. You were all bad guys, and you all must be purged, but I can't do that. Well, I pretty much finished off some of the fish guys that you sent for us." And Shigaraki's like, "Wait a minute, you killed them? I thought you were supposed to be a hero." And Deku says, "I'm a hero, but I'm not the hero you all think I am." And he was about to swing his blade, but this is when freaking, the Nomu just smashes him in the freaking side of his arm. And it's the prosthetic arm, so he's basically just only had one arm. And he's like, "Ah, crap." So, Guts is just getting up again, and basically is going to swing the sword, using a 50% full cowling on his right arm. Yeah, pretty much trying to swing. The Nomu just dodges and starts punching him. Deku can't do a thing besides dodging and blocking, but even that's not going well for him, and he gets punched in the freaking face, being sent flying. Now, give me a second here. Now, while that's happening, Deku, hold on, what was I at right now? I had to do something. Oh, yes. Deku, got punched, and he broke his, prosthetic arm. Now, what the good news is that Deku can also put blades in his arm. What do I mean by that? Well, he could basically add a few and weave it around the hairs that he has on his arm hair, and automatically he can use that and throw it at the freaking Nomu as hard as he can. But it takes so much skill and precision, so it's not 100% accurate. If he's like practicing, then yes. But this is not practice. This is a fight to the death between a Nomu and a Berserker. Now, Deku runs at him and tries to slash him again, but this time Deku picks up himself using the sword as a leverage. After that, kicking him in the freaking face, and the Nomu sent flying. And this is when Shigaraki tries to attack him, but Deku punches him in the freaking head. Now, he punched him not hard, but light enough just to automatically protect him. But this is when Todoroki is helping out, shooting all the fire and the freaking ice that she can at the Nomu, because the Nomu is not as weak as people predicted. Now, Deku, knocked out Shigaraki. Kurogiri goes and tries to protect him, and the Nomu tries to break out of the freaking ice. But Todoroki keeps at it, and Deku starts hacking and slashing through the freaking Nomu. But the Nomu, again, is once again alive. This is when Deku thinks just using 100% of his full cowling, and just now puts 50% in his sword, since 100%, if he knows how to like transfer power into something. So Deku just hits the Nomu with it, and basically the Nomu just gets slashed again, and slash and slash and slash, but it doesn't know how far this guy can regenerate. He even decapitates him, and this guy's thinking there's no way besides killing his head or cutting his brain. But this is when Todoroki was about to get hit, but Deku gets in the way and blocks and gets hit instead, pushing her, or both getting pushed away, and Deku on the ground. And the Nomu walks up and grabs Todoroki. Now, a lot of flashbacks go by. Give me a second here. Now, this is when Deku gets up, and his eye is turned white, and he's charging at the freaking Nomu, kicking him in the back, crushing his spine itself. This is when he chops off his head, and then chops it up again, and chops it up, and chops it up. No, I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. This is when Deku just slashes in the freaking back. Then after that, he grabs some of the freaking hairs off his head, and throws it inside. Now the Nomu has torn up muscles that can't be removed unless he takes it off again. And now the Nomu cannot move. And this is when Deku starts to get happy again and starts punching him, kicking him, and punching him again. He keeps punching him and punching him and punching him until the Nomu is nothing more than just blood and pulp. This is how mad Deku is at him. The fact that he was almost about to hurt Todoroki. And don't get me started with the whole freaking Todoroki thing, because Todoroki felt scared. She wanted to not die. She thought she was going to meet her maker, but at the same time, Deku remembered something that he didn't, that his old freaking reincarnation self didn't. Guts. Showed Guts memories and, well, what's called, like, how do I say this? He shows him a memory of somebody grabbing on to, you know, his previous girlfriend, or, yeah, his, like, past life lover or something like that. And Deku thought he didn't want that at all. He thought to himself, I don't want that. I still want to live. She's a really good person, and she does not deserve any of this. He keeps thinking that in his head, and his head is just starting to boil with hatred and malice. And this is when Deku, all you see is Guts punching and punching and punching through a freaking bloody corpse already, which is known as the Nomu. And he keeps doing that, and some of the blades stab into his hands, but he doesn't care. He keeps doing it, and this is when Todoroki grabs him and tells him that he's done enough. He's done enough and he doesn't need to go anymore. He's already won. There's no need for this. And Deku looks up and looks at freaking Todoroki with his one good eye. And all he sees is a Todoroki crying. Crying and crying and crying. Let me see right here. Yes, pretty much crying. And holding him. And Deku just finally lets go. But this is when he notices that freaking other villains are going to attack him. But this is when All Might comes in and now charges through the freaking villains. And this is when he says, Young Guts, are you okay, my boy? And Deku says, yes, I am. I got sidetracked. And he sees a Nomu who's like, wait a minute, you killed again? I hope... Was it the only option? And Deku says, yes. I truly didn't want to kill him. But I knew that he was too strong. He handled freaking One For All. Well, at least 50%. And All Might's like, wait a minute, 50%? So he was strong. At least strong as me. And Deku said, but I couldn't kill him even when I used 100%. I only did after I cut him up, and then after that, threw my freaking hair inside of his gut. And yeah, pretty much all this happens. The cops do come by and basically make arrests. And let's see, pretty much, yeah, that's it. Now, how am I going to say this? Yeah, pretty much that's it. And I'm just going to leave it off here because the freaking, how would I want to say it? Oh yes, the freaking USJ festival. I'm going to save that and then also do the freaking how do I say it? I'm going to do the freaking what is it called? What is it called? Oh yes, I'm going to do the freaking Flash What If, and I'm also going, since the next time, like I said, get 150 likes on this. 150 likes. I think you guys can do it. You guys smashed the like goal last time. I believe you can make it towards full power right there. And yeah, so it's going to be the freaking No. The UA festival, sports festival, followed by the Stain arc, and followed by a little bit of the freaking, forest training arc. So, like, comment, and do subscribe to the channel here, people. This has been the Fallout What If here. Bye.